boom boom room. Mark Cooper, yeah, he the bouncer. Let's go.
Did you know that birthday parties help build confidence in kids?
Yeah. Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Oh, totally. Did you know that friendly kids have more friends?
Everybody knows that.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Big Mike.
Yep, and this is RC, Rod Calloway.
First of all, we'd like to thank everybody for being down with the Kings and for supporting Sports Kings Live.
Your listens, downloads, likes, and follows have allowed this show to grow by leaps and bounds in just a few months.
Now, if you have a product or a business and you'd like to promote it on this show,
it's simple. Just email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And once again, thank you for being down with the Kings.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
And Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy, already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the Kings.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
1 hour down, 1 to go on Sports Kings Live with Big Mike and Rob Calloway. Heard daily, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on Spreaker and the Spreaker app for your mobile device. You guys make sure you download the app, search Sports Kings Live, then follow us, and then click on the little thought bubble. You guys can join the conversation each and every weekday. Once again, it's Spreaker, Spreaker. I know I get the mumble mouth sometimes, so I have to spell it out for you guys. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live, and the email address, and Tumblr as well. The email address, sportskingslive@gmail.com. All right, so we're done talking about this pending free agency frenzy. If I missed your favorite player, I missed Rob's favorite player, Deli. Who cares where he goes?
Nah.
Yeah, no one cares. But if I missed your favorite player, so what? You'll find out the same time I do where they end up going. By the way, they can only negotiate the deals starting today at 9. And I think it's something like on the 9th of July, if I'm not mistaken, is when they can actually officially sign with their new teams or go back to their previous team under new deals. Moving right along here to the land of the National Football League. Well, pro football, we'll call it that, because we have stories that don't only involve people who are playing in the NFL. The supplemental draft. Supplemental draft takes place on the 9th. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. With the
What?
The date. I was thinking of with the signing. Or maybe it's on the same date. But anyway, the supplemental draft. Let me tell you the guys that will participate this year. No one's been drafted in the last couple of years since, I think, Josh Gordon out of Baylor.
Gordon.
Where is this? Here it is. Okay. Clemson offensive tackle Isaiah Battle. I don't know his story, though. I didn't take the time out to see what his story was, why he's entering now, because he's officially an NFL prospect. You know, he's a guy who could get drafted in the regular draft, but usually these guys have a story of why they're joining the supplemental draft. Guys like Terrell Pryor, like I mentioned earlier, Josh Gordon, back in the day, Chris Carter, guy who Hall of Famer, who actually came out of the supplemental draft. Don't know how many of you guys know that. Also, right here in the state of Georgia, West Georgia defensive tackle Dalvin Stuckey will also be in the supplemental draft. West Georgia defensive end Darius Caldwell, and North Carolina Central. That's a black school, right?
Yeah.
North Carolina Central. Wide receiver, kick returner Adrian Wilkins will find himself attempting to be drafted. I think that kid just worked out for like 20 scouts today as well. That kid, Adrian Wilkins. I think I read that earlier. Okay.
That's two players from West Georgia going into the supplemental draft. That's unheard of.
Well, yeah. Because it's West Georgia. But like I said, I didn't take time out to look at these guys' story. I figure it'll come out if these guys are taken in the supplemental draft, and I'll I'll gladly report it to you guys then, but I didn't want to waste reading time on two cats from West Georgia and the likelihood of them being actually taken in this draft. The Clemson kid will probably go, and that'll probably be it from what I've read. Then, in I get Colin Cowherd does this segment like Colin was wrong and Colin was right. Well, here's where the Sports Kings were right. Yes, indeed. Well, I'm not going. See, that was premature dingage. Probably should have done that just then because at this point it hasn't been confirmed, but all the evidence points to this. What I'm about to tell you guys.
We'd like to say
Michael Sam and Vito Comasano. That's what it looks like his last name.
A big burly dude, and this is like this little slim gay guy.
He's a swimmer. Vito Comasano. Apparently, by the way, I didn't even know they were engaged till today. Like they got engaged 6 months ago.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
right.
That's kind of crazy because that whole little joke about him returning to camp the day before the Supreme Court said, by the way, you guys can get married too. The fact that he returned that day just adds to the whole irony of this story. Okay, what story you might be asking? Because we're kind of alluding to a lot of things, but we haven't told you guys what's happening. Apparently, Michael Sam and his fiance, boyfriend, the guy who everyone saw on draft day, them kissing and sharing cake, which, by the way, totally freaked Rob out. Weren't we on the air that day? We were on the air that day. Rob was like, oh, what the hell is happening? Yeah, I was in the middle of a nap, dude. I turned around, saw this dude kiss his boyfriend. I was like, okay, Michael Sam got drafted. Back to my nap. We got to be on the air at 2 o'clock tonight in the morning.
That's when we were on the game, like super late. Yeah, they kept showing it on the screen.
Rob was freaking out because a dude tongue kissed another dude with cake in his mouth.
But the cake thing, I mean, that was just over the top. Dude. You know what I'm saying?
He still freaked out about it.
Like a kiss would have been enough. You know what I'm saying? Really too much. But for them to be mushing, taking each other's face, then kissing each other, like,
you're ridiculous, dude. You're ridiculous. Like I'm not legislating anybody's emotion or fun. So anyway, the reason, like, okay, the backstory to this whole thing here. Michael Sam left the Montreal Alouettes, who signed him a couple of weeks ago. He just kind of abruptly left, and no one knew where he went. And everyone kind of just cited personal reasons. There were a lot of rumors that came out. People were talking about his teammates, saying that he's bad at football, and it got to him, and he left. And another rumor was that he felt as though he was going to be cut, so he kind of took a preemptive strike to leave instead of being embarrassed and cut from a CFL team, which, you know, it's no embarrassment. If you're just not good enough, you're just not good enough.
Right.
But what it ended up feeling like when he came back, because I didn't think he was coming back, but he did come back. And what it felt like to me was that, yep, this sounds like some breakup. He had to go home and try to repair something, and he's back. At that time, I wasn't sure if he had repaired it or he was just like, F it, this is unrepairable. Let me try this football thing again. So anyway, today, TMZ reports that, you know, they've done their digging, and apparently young Vito is he's an aspiring video blogger. So they noticed that in his most recent video post, he does not have his engagement ring on. They actually had a side-by-side picture of him by a pool with some young lady with the ring on, you know, kind of showing it off. That, along with the fact that on no other of his social media for the last couple of weeks, even, you know, as Michael Sam leaves the team and people are seemingly worried about him and his whereabouts, no mention from young Vito on any of his social media. Then later on today, I found out that Michael Sam removed all of the pictures of him and the young man. This is when I found out they were engaged. Or no, I found out about them being engaged with the ringless thing, but I found out when they got engaged 6 months ago when they talked about him removing the picture of them getting engaged. Apparently, Michael Sam was going to be the guy in this relationship, or it was, because he's the one that was down on the knee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm sure they both got on their knees.
Well, no, to propose, I mean. Sorry, clear that up. To propose. So, from all evidence, it looks as though, these dudes are done. So, for all our gay listeners, Michael Sam is back on the market. If you like CFL, marginal, talented defensive ends, have at it, I guess. I don't know. All
right, Jason Collins.
Have at it. I think Jason Collins got a man. Last time when he was talking about it, he had a dude. So, he ain't got no time for Michael Sam. He's cool. Like Jason Collins.
He broke up with so when he broke up with the WNBA chick, he already had a dude on the side?
No. Yeah. She talked about it. She talked about how she couldn't tell that, he was gay and all. Yeah. So,
that's weird.
As the gay world moves on, this is like the gay. Let me tell you something. The gays are giving us so much content. Yeah. Speaking of gay,
because they want all the normal rights of everybody. I mean, not that they want, but they deserve the normal rights of everybody. But because because they're not achieving these rights and certain things are happening, then they're just becoming like regular couples now. Like they were having regular couple problems now.
Good for
them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Welcome to the real world. Yeah. This is what y'all wanted.
Good for
Welcome.
them. Not to discount people who are actually happy. Not to discount that. But, Fred Smoot. Yeah. Fred Smoot actually, I don't know if he sat down with CBS Sports because I didn't take the time out to read all the credentials on the article. But he talks about actually playing with gay teammates.
Right.
Those of you who don't know, Fred Smoot out of Mississippi State played some time with the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. He was involved in that whole that yacht situation they had in Minnesota at that time, the Love Boat with Dante Culpepper and those guys.
Boat. Yeah.
And who else did Fred play for? Did he ever? I think he went back to Washington, as a matter of fact. I think he had 2 stints with Washington.
Yeah, he played. What did he play for? 3 teams, right? Wasn't it 3?
I don't know. He's Fred Smoot. I didn't keep up with him that much. But,
I think it was 3 games.
I'm going straight off the top of my head. So in a, I guess in the Reddit article, there's a quick Q&A here with him. Oh yeah, I was right. Yeah, 2 stints with Washington and Minnesota. It's right here on the damn article. The first question was, did you encounter any gay players? His answer was yes, several. The next question, at the professional level, was it a don't tell, a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing, or did everyone on the team generally know? He said everyone knew. Were they treated noticeably different, or did nobody really care? He says no one cares, and this brings me to this. I don't think I'm the guy who doesn't think it's necessarily, because you're going to have a couple. Like, you're going to have that dude from the 49ers. You're going to have a dude recently from the Vikings. You're going to have those guys, right? Because they're just a part of the fabric of America, period. Not just the NFL, not just the NBA, not just Major League Baseball, but just the fabric of America. There's going to be silly, ignorant people everywhere. But I think in the vast majority, what we're talking about a bunch of 20-year-old men, who we can make a safe assumption that the difference in, let's say, a generation ago with me, I can remember two openly gay guys at my school. There's one white guy and another. By the way, his last name was gay. It was ironic.
Where?
At my school.
College?
No, at my school. In high school, I should say. In high school.
Oh, high school. Okay.
And then I think at a reunion, a guy we graduated with, he ended up being, well, not ended up being gay, but apparently he was gay, and we didn't know. I don't think we cared. He wasn't really a popular kid, so it didn't really make a difference. But I can assume that since then, when I graduated in '95, and some of these kids now are in their 20s, they've had enough experience, dealing with people different than them, either different in their sexuality or different in nationality, or different in religious beliefs, that they have a more accepting nature than someone.
Yeah, but dude, let me. You just said something You said at your reunion, y'all realized that somebody was gay that y'all